being a little early so I could chat before if anybody jumps in. First of all, you see the title of the podcast, and I want to say that this is my views, and I'm trying to be educational with this and doing my duty to my fellow man. And this is fair use information. Um, Also, there's a reference at the bottom of the description, and I may throw a couple of curse words or colorful language, and I'm sorry, but um, I'm not trying to do any threats. No hate. It's just my own fire. And I've got bullet points so that I stay on track. So if you see me looking down, you'll know why. I've kind so first of all, let's talk about this, okay? The government shutdown. They chose this chaos. They chose it, okay? And it's a strategy. It's a tool to divide us. It really is. They are trying to divide us. When regular people are being held hostage, including ourselves, we are being held hostage of this. Trump said straight up that the Democrats need to make a vote. Who's in control right now? Who's in control? It's not the Democrats. It's the Republicans. Politicians, they posture when they're fighting. But when the checks stop, programs freeze, when benefits get delayed, they claim to be protecting are the first to bleed, okay? The people that they say that they're protecting, they're not protecting. They're putting their foot on us. They've always done that, and they always will. I don't like to tell you how to vote. And this is all manufactured. It's all manufactured. I have talked to several people around, and we all feel this way. Red, blue, we all bleed red. This country has a lot of things that need to be fixed. You have to follow the money. You have to follow the money. Millions of us, we live paycheck to paycheck. We get ourselves in debt, and we make it feel like we all are in the same boat. Every time they shut the government down, it affects all of us. And I've heard it said this before. The donut shop down the road from the White House and or any other government building, they shut down, they don't get business. The local shop down the road that say because it's legal in Washington D.C. Excuse me. Trains are coming through. Amtrak. Barely even any people in there. I wanna express that I'm not against rich people. I'm not. But what I am against is people constantly putting their foot on our throats. I wanna explain something to you today, and I heard it from this lady while we were at Walmart. She recently got put on oxygen concentrator. Okay. Well, the doctor prescribed her something, a machine. And of course, it was the cheapest thing she could get. But she needs a concentrator because she works at Walmart. And, you know, I'm pretty sure she has to carry. I don't know how all that works. And I'm not a doctor, so don't YouTube come after me. But I overheard, me and Steph were out in the garden center, and she was behind, and she was talking to another employee, or I guess maybe one of her friends. And she said, well, I found a brand new one, a brand new set, and she needed an extra battery because the battery, like I said, the battery is probably, and she works overtime hours to pay for her treatments. And she needed an extra battery. Well, she wanted to find a brand new system and an extra battery and everything else. And she was able to get that. Granted, she works for the biggest company in the United States of America. She's supposed to have good health insurance. Take care of it. She can either stay at home or work. And she's chose to work. Okay. She could probably draw SSI or something like that. But this shit has to stop. And I'm sorry, y'all. I can't sit back and just say, oh, it will get better. It's not going to until we start doing something else about it. They've had rallies. We've had this. Trump is saying that this is going to go on until the Democrats decide to vote on something. On his agenda. Mind you, he's tearing down part of the White House and making a ballroom. And decking it out in gold. Do you get to go in there? Do you get to enjoy that? Do you get to live in luxury? I doubt you do. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to say I feel sorry for you MAGA people. I know some of y'all are feeling this. I'm going to say this to other people that did not vote. You should have. I voted this year. I voted for Kamala. Well, last year, whenever it was, I voted for the first time in my life. We make this look like a big game. We make it look like a game, and it's not. It's not a game, and it's not for fun. People, we have to stop. And these rallies and stuff is not going to help. I saw something today that President Trump wants to run a third term. Well, there's whispers of some other things going on. This is the human cost of shit. It's ridiculous. And I'm surprised I am not. I'm looking over my notes. And it's ridiculous. They thrive on making us afraid. They thrive on it. They thrive on this shit. And we can't allow it. I don't know what the answer is. I know we need to plan along with this. And I've said this answer to and this before. When do we stop settling for parties that weaponize division instead of solving problems? That's the whole thing that I've been trying to tell you. This whole video. This whole 12-minute video. It's not us versus them anymore. It's not left versus right anymore. It's power versus people. We have to stop. We have to make these people pay for everything that they've done to us. For the last 15 years, we've been dealing with this horse shit. We've been dealing with it. And everybody's like, oh, it'll be okay. Just don't fucking worry about it. Drink your sorrows away. Take this pill and it makes you feel better. I'm sorry. And I've tried every kind of which way to kill my sorrows. All my bullet points I've made without even looking at this paper. I said it earlier. We have to have rage to survive. Tonight, we need to take that rage and turn it into clarity. We need to turn and say enough is a fucking enough. I really try my best not to come on and do lives like this. Because my heart is in this and other things that I do here on YouTube. I don't want to bring negative bullshit. Because they're going to always choose chaos. We have to choose truth. As I said, this ultimately falls down on us. You, me, and everyone that wanted change. We thought we wanted this kind of change. This is much more than no kings and no dictators and no. But I'm sorry to say, you guys, and I'm not saying take this rage and do anything illegal, but we have to stand up with each other, or this republic is done. And I'm trying to be very honest and optimistic, but you know, many other civilizations have fallen, and we don't know a lot of. I mean, we really don't know what caused the ultimate demise of some of these civilizations. We don't. We think we know, and we think that we know better than anybody else. There's never been a country built like ours. We are a nation that the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've had good, we've had bad, we've had ugly. From the beginning of our civilization that we call the United States of America. I've said this many, many times before. Proud of my Native American heritage. I'm proud of my Scot-Irish American. They left a country that was doing the same thing. Britain was doing the same thing to the people. And yes, my ancestors did some pretty nasty shit. And my Native American ancestors did the same thing. Everybody wants to say that it was calm shit. It's not like the history books. These battles started with an ember, and they grew into a big ass bonfire. Do y'all realize that if America crumbles, the rest of the world crumbles? There is 8 billion plus, and I've said this before, there's 8 billion plus people on this damn rock spinning through space. There's 320 million Americans. Why do all these other countries bow to us? Why do they cater to us? The time for small talk is over. Y'all, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that blows this whistle. I don't want to be the person that says, we need to ship up or ship out. I want to say, and I may have said this before, I kind of feel like I've said this before. Yeah, I have. Where the hell are we gonna go? Track human history. Starts in Africa somewhere. Then they start moving up into European and into Russia, fanning out. My Native American ancestors came in through one end, down to the South America. Yes, I do have some of that in me. Then my other lines, they came running from famine and kings and wanting their own, make sure their freedom of religion was taken care of. And all these people from all over the world came here. We used to be that beacon. And everyone's like, well, just go to space. You gotta be kidding me. We've been saying we're gonna go colonize Mars and the moon for years. We just don't have that technology. We don't have that technology. Oh, we'll build newer cities that are yeah, okay. Just run from our problems. And I'll admit, I've ran from some of my own problems. I've tried that situation and it doesn't work. Because if you run from those problems, they're going to be there still. You're going to keep on having those same problems. We have to nip this shit in the bud. And as I said, I'm not saying what people think I'm saying. I'm a lot more calmer than I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be dropping some more F-bombs than I am. But I'll tell you this. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. I've told many people, you should have voted, or you should have listened more to what people were saying. I did my part. I've done my part. I've done what I can't hear on YouTube. Everybody's like, well, you should have been quoting up. No. That's not the right answer. You should be praying to our God. Praying to your God, huh? The same one that you pray to save a child's life, and that child dies. So no, it's time to get to work. We start hammering these Republicans and sitting in there, sitting on vacation. Why, us little folk, the ones that on SNAP and EBT, or excuse me, on WIC. I just had a friend, had a baby, first baby, 41 years old. He works at the local school as a janitor. Makes $11 an hour. His wife has health issues, and she babysits, but they have this new baby. They live in a one-bedroom town. It's right downtown. They've got friends, our family living with them. They need a bigger place. They really want to add on to the house. But there's codes there. He's busted his ass his whole life. He's busted his ass the whole life. Just like every one of us. Every single one of us had bust our ass to live and worry about all this other stuff. It's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but I'm not being able to see chats for some reason. Let's see. Maybe there is none. But it's time we figure out what we want. It's time to stop saying, okay, we're gonna bow out and we'll just take what we can. No, you don't do that. You don't waver into the situation, especially when it's as dire as what it is right now. You know, I want to give hope and I want to give, you know, and here's the thing, and I see it time and time again. The more people, there's a couple churches down the road from me. They're packed on Sundays, Wednesdays, and all days in between. And the only way they'll help you is if you're a member. A lot of people say, just give it to Jesus. Just pray about it. That's the thing, is you have to go out and make the damn change. You have to. I have to. We all have to make a change. Thought it was a possum out. It's up to us. And y'all have heard it repeated over and over again. That nobody's coming to save us, and that's the truth. A weatherman that I respect quite a lot actually taught me a lot about weather while I was living in Arkansas. I've brought this up before. Shit hit the fan with you know what, and he left the news industry because he saw all this BS that was coming along. People want to talk about, fake news and fake this and fake that. You know, that is not the excuse for everything. That's not the excuse. The excuse is us. And we have no excuses for what we've done here lately. And I'm talking about the American people. I am talking about the American people. We are the ones that's supposed to be all caring and all loving, and we do this for everybody else. But then we elect somebody in that we think that is going to change because he has all this money and all this property, and he's so smart. He's not fucking so smart that y'all think he is. He's dumber than, I'm not going to say Paul Rocks, because Paul Rocks is at least useful. You know, these people that are wealthy, they get to go out and have all this free time. They have fucking yachts. They I'm going to call Undertaker out on this. I'm going to call Kane out on this. I'm going to call WWE out on this. Triple H. The only one that's actually saying something that's really any sense is Mick Foley. These people are living high on the hog. All they got to do, Facebook, Google, yes, YouTube, because you're part of Google. The man that sat there and said he was going to sue every one of y'all are now bowing down. This is where disclaimers pop in. I am just one person. And yes, I'm on YouTube. It can take me down, whatever. But I have a freedom of speech still. You do. You know, they say, oh, we got the National Guard standing ready for any unrest. I'll refer you back to my Slime Your Homeboy series. And I've noticed that they've been trying to add more against that ratio. But even if everybody is an ICE agent, if everybody is a deputy or a police officer, there's always going to be somebody and a group of people that's against it. I'm not against America. I'm not against my neighbors. And yes, MAGA, I'm not against you either. What I am against is a tyrant telling us what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and how high to fucking jump. Yeah, a lot of this stuff looks good on paper. These amendments and bills and acts, they look good on paper. You know, that's the thing. It's even with tribal stuff. Tribe took care of the tribe. I've seen this firsthand. Get on in a federally recognized tribe, and you're entitled to X and Y and Z. But even that, they're like, well, you got to qualify doing this, or you got to qualify for doing that, or you got to qualify for this. No, you need to go work for the casino. The casino only pays minimum wage. Native American gets sick. They go to, a Native American hospital. They still have to pay something. That's the problem. That right there is the problem. We care too much about those bills in your back pocket. That gold that you stash in a lockbox that you save for a rainy day. That shit's all disposable. It's all disposable. We have to stop this bullshit. We have to stop it. And I'm afraid to say that, it may get worse before then it gets better. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I can come on here 4 years from now and say, I was wrong. I'm not a prophet. I am not trained in whatever economics, and I know how that works. I am not college. Got 6 weeks of technical school and some military, which isn't really much. But the person I've always been as somebody that gives a crap about my friends, my family, and my country. And I will do anything to, if I can save America. I'll do anything to save our world. But, and people will say you need to have God first. No, I don't have God first. I haven't had him first in my life in a long time. Or her, or it, whatever. My first priority is my family. And my family includes you. It includes you. I have my family. My family is right here. The rest of my blood family is gone. The people that really mattered in my life. I have one, which is my pops. Everybody else, we were cousins and we were close when we were younger. Not anymore. So, where do we go from here? Do we keep blaming the dude in the White House? Do we still blame the people that's sitting on vacation doing absolutely nothing because they can't sign or quote just bow down to somebody's? No, they're doing their job. They're doing their job. And they don't need to sign something just to make it better. Because when shit starts collapsing, I'm sorry, but there's no underground bunker that's going to save any of these leaders. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. To me, it's the biggest sin ever to not take care of each other. And we put this one man above everybody else. Oh, he's doing this and this, and he's doing this for this. I'm going to stop right there. I understand Israel, and I understand the whole idea of it. There again, why are we protecting X amount of people? None of us are more important than the other. We can't survive just me, I. We can't. And everybody thinks that we can, and it's just not the case. I went longer than what I thought I was going to. But please, wake up. Wake up. And your Messiah is not your Messiah. And the ones that are on my side, do your part. Do your part. And if you're not on my side, well then reevaluate yourself. Because I can guarantee some of y'all are one paycheck shy of having to have federal assistance. What about these people? My brother is disabled. He has the mind of a 12-year-old. He's had jobs, but he gets fired from every one of them because he does not have the man mentality. My mom, 4th grade. education. Less than that. There was no way, no way of her being able to work. It's up to you guys. I'm done here. I'll see y'all on the next one.